It is a wonderful time to be a Disney Cruise fan. They have released new updates this week for one of their newest ships, the Disney Destiny. This ship is meant to focus on heroes and villains is the key word there because there are going to be experiences with your favorite villainous characters. I cannot wait to dive into this. And 3 of my favorite announcements so far: the Devilish Delights Piano Lounge, themed after 101 Dalmatians, the Cask and Cannon, which is going to be their bar that's themed after Pirates of the Caribbean, and most exciting to me, honestly, is the Haunted Mansion Parlor. They're going to have that on the Treasure as well. And one of the things that I think is going to be the biggest aspect of this ship is they're going to have new experiences. Think Oogie Boogie Dance Party, interactive Disney trivia interrupted by Disney villains. They're also going to have a cafe themed after Hercules, another cafe themed after Brave. This is going to be such a fun ship, starting with Prideland's Feast of the Lion King. This location is one of the 3 main dining restaurants. The iconic songs and legendary moments of the Lion King will come to life at Prideland's Feast of the Lion King. The Lion King show is a musical retelling of Simba's heroic journey to triumph over his villainous uncle and claim his rightful place as King of Pride Rock. Now, this promises to be a first-of-its-kind dining experience. This is going to be a Savannah-inspired venue. They say it will bring unique depictions of animals and nature to life through lighting and special effects. And they have a window-lined back wall that will transform from stunning sunrises to enchanting sunsets throughout the meal. This is like a theater in the round. They do have this big stage right in the middle of the dining room, so you can see it from all sides. The entertainment will include fan favorites of Circle of Life and Hakuna Matata, a mashup of I Just Can't Wait to Be King and Be Prepared. Really a fun take that highlights the hero and villain dynamics of the story. They also say it will have a uniquely themed menu. I'm really excited to see what dishes they're going to have here. The Lion King show at Disney World is amazing. We really love the food at Animal Kingdom. I think this restaurant is going to be a huge hit. The Disney Destiny is a heroes and villains theme. It is meant to embrace the dynamic duality of every great Disney story, where opposing forces of light and dark drive characters to rise to their destinies. It's going to have Disney, Pixar, and Marvel characters, and of course you're gonna have a lot of favorite villains. And these will be the inspiration behind the themed venues and the entertainment aboard the ship, and they've really got some fun lounges on here as well. The Disney Destiny is the 3rd of the Wish class ships and will be setting sail in late 2025 from Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale. They've also released the sweet shop for the Disney Destiny, and that is Edna a la Mode Sweets. I seriously love the play on words here. Edna a la Mode's Sweets is set in Edna Mode's lab. This, of course, is where our famous fashion designer whips up outfits for the world's most famous supers, the Incredibles. This sweet shop is inspired by the Aunt Edna short film. The lab's sewing equipment will be repurposed as sweet-making mechanisms meant to entertain Jack Jack, which of course results in lots of marvelous sweets for us. They'll have handmade gelato, ice cream, cookies, candies, specialty treats, so much more. They're gonna have fun costume models in here to check out, and of course an opportunity for a photo op with sculptures of both Edna and Jack Jack. On the Disney Destiny, the Grand Hall will be the central hub and gathering space, and just off the Grand Hall, they're going to have 2 casual walk-up cafes. These will have coffee, tea, specialty beverages, snacks. One of them is going to be called Cafe Megara, after the heroine in Hercules, and its theming is inspired by the ancient world of Greek gods and heroes. It will have a unique Greco-disco design. That's a new term for me. The vibrant space will be filled with lightning bolts, clouds of Mount Olympus, vases featuring the muses, and nods to Pegasus. The second cafe is Cafe Merida. This will be inspired, of course, by Merida in Brave, and will have a Celtic-centered design that invokes her family's Scottish Highlands heritage. And you'll see things like a tapestry here, white glowing lights above the bar that are meant to pay tribute to the Will-O-the-Wisps, and ethereal blue flames that lead travelers to their destiny. And of course, they're going to have hero-worthy retreats, and that is your luxurious staterooms. Each stateroom will showcase custom artwork depicting the epic journeys of famous Disney legends. Of course, they're going to have Disney Cruise Line's signature split bath concept. We love that. They will have inside staterooms, ocean view, verandas, and of course, they're going to have the very highest class of their staterooms, concierge. As they typically do, there is going to be a concierge lounge and a private sun deck. They also mentioned a little bit about the concierge staterooms in the first update from Thursday the 30th. For the concierge staterooms, they're going to have a Fantasia theming in the basic concierge staterooms and suites. They will also have 7 special ocean view rooms that will be themed to Pixar's Incredibles. And on the Disney Destiny, they will have 4 royal suites. Hercules, the hero suites, will be inspired by Greco-Roman architecture, colors, and patterns. And the Incredibles Incredi suites will have mid-century modern aesthetics. Day 2, they got into some really fun stuff because now we get to find out about the lounges. The first one is Devilish Delight's Piano Lounge, and of course, this is themed after 101 Dalmatians and Cruella de Vil. Okay, I love this line. Disney Cruise Line embracing the bold, brilliant, bad, and a little bit mad for heroes and villains inspired Disney Destiny. That's a good one. Okay, Devilish Delight's Piano Lounge. I love some of the inspiration that they have mentioned in here. One of my favorite things in the press releases is reading how they are inspired and what they are using for inspiration for these spaces. For the Disney Destiny, it's all about celebrating bold, charismatic, and driven characters. So for this ship, they are really having that unique theming that pays tribute to the villains, the anti-heroes, and the mischief makers, who of course are some of our favorite characters and add a lot of depth and fun to the stories. And I think the lounges are going to showcase this the best. And they have interactive trivia. I'm super excited about that. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But DeVille's is an all-new adult-exclusive piano lounge. An evening at DeVille's Piano Lounge will be a lavish affair. The fabulously over-the-top villain Cruella de Vil is using her infamous flair for style and wickedly bold attitude. Everything's going to be decorated in her signature color palette of red, black, and white. One side of the lounge will be open to the grand hall, so you'll also be able to just sit back and do a little bit of people watching while you enjoy some cocktails. It is a piano bar, so you will definitely have music times listed that you can find those on your navigator. And this is where you're gonna get trendy martinis, chic cocktails, and glamorous wines and bubblies. Just have this really fun spotted piano, and in the background, keep your eyes peeled for a fiber optic Cruella. The second lounge that they announced today is the Cask and Cannon. This is where you get to enjoy Pirates of the Caribbean, and I've gotta say, I'm kind of surprised that this is the first Pirates of the Caribbean lounge that they've had. It just makes perfect sense. Of course, they have the Pirates of the Caribbean deck shows, but this is a whole different way to experience it. The theming for this bar, of course, is Pirates of the Caribbean. It's inspired by the attractions that they have around the world. It's going to be eclectic and cozy. They're going to have treasures acquired, or it could also have been perhaps pillaged or pilfered during the pirates' mini voyages around the globe. This is where you get to hang out, maybe enjoy a live sporting event or two. They're going to have an extensive menu of rare specialty and vintage rums, and a selection of bootlegged brews developed specially for the venue, and served in true pirate style, straight from the barrel. They really are doing a great job with the lounges on the Disney Destiny, in my opinion. I am looking forward to the Cruella de Vil Piano Lounge. I am looking forward to the Pirates of the Caribbean bar, and lounge number 3 is the most exciting one, the Haunted Mansion Parlor. This will be the second version of the Haunted Mansion Parlor. The first one will be on the Disney Treasure, and actually the Disney Treasures float out is going to be this weekend. But that's for another day. The Haunted Mansion Parlor on the Disney Destiny is where the happy haunts will materialize. Foolish mortals will be welcome to sip spirited craft cocktails among the 999 happy haunts of Disney Parks lore at the Haunted Mansion Parlor. This is meant to be reminiscent of a first-class drawing room from the classic cruise liners of the Golden Age. And they do say here this experience, which will first debut aboard the Disney Treasure in December 2024. So you're really going to be able to get a look of what will be on the Disney Destiny in this location when the Disney Treasure comes out. The space is meant to invoke inspiration from the original theme park attraction with a nautical twist exclusive to Disney Cruise Line. It's going to have the nostalgic art style of the 1969 Disney Parks classic, which I think is really cool. I love some of that older traditional styles. This is where the Star Wars Hyperspace Lounge is on the Disney Wish. So it's got these screens along the walls that are going to be really useful in a haunted mansion parlor. They say this is meant to blend humor with Disney's distinct brand of spooky storytelling. Legendary characters from haunted mansion attractions around the world will come out to socialize in mysterious ways throughout the experience. That is going to be so cool because they're all themed a little bit differently from country to country. And of course, there's going to be a few new seafaring arrivals and an original storyline focused on the ship's captain. On a past ship's captain, that is. It's also going to have a custom musical arrangement inspired by the attraction's original score. That's very cool, because this is really meant to immerse guests into the next chapter of Haunted Mansion lore. It's a piece of history. And of course, to go along with the theme, they're gonna have ghostly cocktails, haunted homewares, spooky souvenirs, and those Haunted Mansion characters coming out to socialize. Make sure you have your cameras ready. The story is that the venue will resemble a well-appointed ship parlor which once belonged to a jovial sea captain and his strange but captivating fiancée. With so many rumors swirling about, it's hard to say what happened to the happy couple following their sudden and mysterious disappearances. But our most discerning guests may glean the truth by deciphering clues hidden around the bar. Yeah, that does sound fun, actually. The captain's devoted crew recount how he was last seen heading to his parlor for a special meal prepared by his betrothed. All that remained after the captain and his bride seemingly vanished was his hat, which was found floating in the aquarium tank. Perhaps his disappearance grants a new meaning to fish food. So they are definitely going to have some fun in this space. I am extremely interested to see about these clues that are hidden around the bar. In addition to that, they are also going to have their eerie portrait gallery, which is where you'll see some of those visiting guests. And of course, a portrait of the good-humored sea captain, his lifelong dream of serving on a luxury ocean liner cut short after his untimely demise, but his merry soul has lingered on in his private parlor. And of course, they've got to have a little bit of merch. They have this ghostly line of drinkware. We are definitely getting one of these mugs to bring home. The Aquamouse is Disney Cruise Line's signature attraction at sea, a 760-foot-long water ride towering over the upper decks of the ship. This one will have a new storyline themed with Disney villains. In Sing a Silly Song, Mickey and Minnie will lead guests on a seemingly ominous trek to the peak of Villain Mountain. When faced with some of the most fearsome villains of Disney animation lore, the duo will employ a silly song and a bit of pixie dust to transform each chilling encounter into a wacky surprise. This will include the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, Scar from The Lion King, Chernabog from Fantasia, and others. The Sing a Silly Song will be one of the 4 shows available on the Aquamouse aboard the Disney Destiny, all complete with music, lights, special effects, and splashtacular surprises. Okay, this is where it gets fun, because one of the favorite things is to interact with the Disney villains. There is not a lot of opportunity to do that anywhere. They have some events sometimes, and you do see them, but they are just not very common to have a lot of them. And this ship is really themed on the heroes and the villains. So they are going to have new events, new activities, and they are going to have so many of our favorite villains: Maleficent, Hades, Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook, Mr. Smee, Oogie Boogie, and they are going to be available in shows, meet and greets, and special appearances throughout the ship, along with some of those mischievous characters we love like Captain Jack Sparrow, Bruno, and Loki. And not only do they have these in new shows, meet and greets, and special appearances, what I think is really fun is they're going to have interactive trivia. And an interactive Disney trivia event often gets interrupted by a cast of Disney villains. How fun is that? I cannot wait to see them come flooding in to interrupt trivia with a whole bunch of fun shenanigans. I feel like Maleficent and Loki in particular will be a lot of fun in that setting. And they are also going to have a frighteningly fun dance party in Oogie Boogie's shipboard lair. Now stay tuned, because there's going to be a lot more Disney Destiny come. There's a whole nother day of reveals, and they don't even have half the ship in here yet, so there's a lot more to come. Please share with your friends or cruise group. We really appreciate it. And if you're trying to decide which island destination you should make your way to, Lookout Key or Castaway Key, go check out this video.